I'm going to show you everything that we ate on our Azamara cruise and all of the dining options that are on the Azamara Pursuit and likewise for the other ships. Every single one of these are free except for the 2 specialty restaurants that I'll be talking about at the end. To start with, we have the Mosaic Cafe. It's on deck 5 and open most of the day until 10 p.m. This is a place where you can get bean-to cup coffee, tea, snacks, sandwiches and cakes. The top counter has biscuits, cookies and meringues. Underneath is cakes, tarts and sandwiches, and the food is changed every day, but the base flavours were the same. There's also a variety of complimentary coffees here, as well as alcoholic coffee cocktails, which you can pay extra for or have them included in your drinks package. I do have to say the coffee here was really great quality, and there was a really large selection of teas that you could drink in or take away. Not to mention the lemon meringue tarts are the best lemon meringue tarts I've ever tasted. It really felt like they'd made an effort with this cafe, that things were homemade, that they weren't just cheaply brought in. And after dinner until close at 10 p.m, they'd have cheese and meats for like an after dinner snack. We spent a lot of the time in the cafe. It was a really nice place to chill and grab some food and a drink. The only issue is we wished it was open later, as we'd often come out of the show and it'd be closed, and that's when I really wanted tea to take to bed. Up to deck 9 is the Windows Cafe, or most importantly known as the buffet. Being used to mid-sized ships that are normally about 2,000 to 3,000 passengers, we're used to a lot bigger buffets, and it's something that's quite important to us. Our first impression was that we were shocked at how small the buffet really was on Azamara. It's essentially only 2 rows of food, one being your main savoury food and the other being mostly sweets and cheeses and sandwiches. I do have to note that they did have drink stations in here, which was really great, as they had bean to cup coffee that you could get anytime, a selection of teas and iced water, and you could come and use these any time of the day, even when the buffet wasn't open. We had different opinions on different meals. For breakfast, we thought it was really good. It had everything that you needed, from English breakfast, vegan items, an omelette station, and all of the sweet things that you'd want, like crepes, waffles and French toast, and the French toast was amazing. They also had a juice bar, and we really loved the energizers. They were basically just shots of ginger and juice. For lunch it was quite a basic array, but it had everything that you needed, from salads to meats and veggie items, vegan items, curries. And I did actually try some of the vegan items, since I eat like that quite a lot, and it was very hit and miss. It had quite a lot of options for how small the ship is, and compared to other cruise lines, they were definitely above the vegan options. They also do specialty items at lunch based on where you are, and sometimes these were really good, and it was just an opportunity to try some new food, and they were always freshly cooked in front of you. Now, me personally, I judge a lot on the pasta and pizza and how good they are, and the pasta was really good. It tasted so fresh. But the pizza was honestly a very big letdown for us, because we do love a pizza on a cruise, and we've experienced some really good pizzas on other lines. But on Azamara, they were just pre-made bases. The toppings were okay, but really disappointing. Don't come on Azamara for the pizza. For desserts, they always had a hot dessert out and a large choice of sweets, including cookies. They They also had a gelato bar in the buffet, which was quite impressive with loads of toppings and sauces. But if I'm being completely honest, I thought it looked better than it tasted. I'm definitely more of a cookie dough ice cream kind of flavour gal, not a pistachio ice cream flavour gal. And again, maybe that's just aimed at the clientele that they have, but I wasn't really there for a lot of the flavours, and to be honest, I thought it tasted just kind of watery, like they weren't very intense ice creams, and so I expected a lot more. But it was good that you could take it out to the pool. Overall, the buffet did a good job. It wasn't what we were used to, it was a lot smaller and more basic. Frankly, the rest of the food on board is so good that you didn't really need a great buffet. A quick mention has to go to the living room for their afternoon tea and late night tapas. There are periods where a lot of dining areas are shut at the same time, and when this happens, the living room puts on some little snacks that you can go and get if you're actually hungry. One of these is afternoon tea in the living room. I have to admit, it's not amazing. I've had a lot better afternoon teas on other ships, but it does the job if you need a snack. I do judge a line on their fruit tarts, and Azamara do amazing fruit tarts. The pastries on there are really good. And again, best lemon meringues I've ever tasted. During the late night, they do their evening tapas, which again is pretty meh, but it can serve as a good snack, and they do have some quite good canapé stuff there, like nuts, olives and cheeses. However, it's really not comparable to being on another line where you can just grab a really nice slice of pizza at 11 p.m, and it doesn't quite fulfill my wants and needs in that kind of aspect. But again, it might just be the clientele, fewer people. They probably don't need to be serving pizza at 11 p.m, let's be honest. The next one was our favourite, the patio. The patio serves grill style food, and we ate there almost every single day for lunch. It was way better than the buffet. We didn't even bother with the buffet by the end of it. It also has really good vegan options in the patio. They had vegan burgers, vegan hot dogs. The hot dog was so good. It was all Beyond Meat, which is a really good brand. And they had loads of sides going as well. Overall, the patio was by far our favourite. I often found David tucking into a whole bowl of nachos. Next to the patio is Swirl and Top, which is just a little frozen yogurt counter. They had 2 flavours going pretty much all of the time, and they did differ from day to day. So sometimes the flavours that I really wanted, just like plain frozen yogurt, weren't there, and I was forced to have strawberry frozen yogurt. The tragedy. But they had a really good toppings bar, and you didn't even have to like put it on frozen yogurt. You could just get a cup of toppings if you wanted, and sometimes they were really good. Like they had M&Ms and chocolate chips and marshmallows and loads of stuff, and sometimes nearing towards the end of our cruise especially, they'd kind of run out of those things and we were just stuck with like dried fruits. Next is the Discoveries restaurant, which is the main dining restaurant on the ship. Just note, it does have a dress code. It's not strict, but you just can't wear like a cap, shorts, non-smart jeans, etc. Here's a sneak at the menus in the main dining room. This was one of the best main dining rooms I have ever experienced. The food was always excellent, so please take a look at this montage of everything we ate in the main dining room. And some of the desserts were just chef's kiss. It The two dining rooms that will cost you more are the specialty restaurants. There's two on board, Aqualina and Prime C. I'll start with Aqualina. It is the Italian restaurant on board. I have to say it was quite good value at only $35 a head. You would get drinks, bread with oils, an amuse-bouche, a starter and or a soup, a main, dessert and petit four, which, let's be honest, is great value. And here's a little sneak at the menu. Here's a montage of what we ate in Aqualina. And they also surprised us with a cake for our honeymoon, which was so sweet. Not that we even ate it though, because we were so full by the end of it. Our overall thoughts on Aqualina is that it was really delicious, and at $35 a head it's quite good value, but to be honest, the quality wasn't that different from the main dining room. And I don't know whether that's something negative on Aqualina or something really positive about the main dining room. Probably a bit of both. The better specialty restaurant in our opinion, and many others that we met, is the Prime C steak restaurant. It's exactly the same layout and size as Aqualina, it's just mirrored, and here's a sneak peek at that menu. Obviously, we got steaks at this restaurant and you can get as many sides as you want, so we just tried a load of them, and as we had expected, it was delicious in here and we would definitely recommend trying it at least once. I think one of the only bad things about it is that they are at the top and the back of the ship, so we did go one night when it was particularly rough and I just really felt ill that night, but that was on me, not on them. I do have to give a quick mention as well to the White Night, which I've also got a video on. Check out my channel and I'll put it in the description and in the corner. And they also do the As Amazing Evening, which also has a specialty buffet included. The Officers Barbecue, where they do a barbecue on deck and the officers serve you food. And also the brunch, where they lay out a huge brunch in the main dining room once every voyage. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to our video and like, and give any comments on what you thought of the Azamara food. Thank you so much for watching.